Hello friends, my name is RagePanda1 and we've got more negative stuff to talk about. Aren't you thrilled to do that? Now, I'm going to mention the thing that is a little bit annoying that they've done, and then I'm going to review what this game would look like if Goat Games cared about us at all. And I don't think they do. And to be honest with you, I'm pretty much over it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty much over it. So when we come into our 7-day quest screen, at the top left here, you can see I'm 16 of 35. That means that I've done 16 of the 35 available quests for the week. Now, all week long, we've been talking about how exciting it is, how great it is, how we shouldn't even be mad at Goat Games for switching all of the stuff they did because, of course, in our ascension order down at the bottom, they moved these summoning stones into the paid section. They used to be on the other side. It's been that way forever. They decided to take that away from you. One of the reasons we talked ourselves into not being all that mad about it is because, well, they did add the ones into the 7-day quest up at the top, and now when you click on it, now it's just gold and books. In the twilight hours of the challenge, after most people have completed 100% of the objectives, they changed the rewards on you after you did all of the work. And this is a consistent theme that you will find with Goat Games. Now, another reason that I'm upset with them is because they've been having these deals in their Grand Bazaar. What they say is that they were just not displaying correctly. That's probably true, but they were offering people deals, and then people would buy the deals, and people would not get the stuff they were supposed to get, and then Goat Games would literally just tell them to go to hell. We don't care about you. We're not fixing it. We're keeping your money, and you're not getting your stuff. Deal with it. We're not going to help you with that. Go talk to the Apple Store or Google Play. Maybe they'll help you. And by the way, we're going to dispute it, and we're going to refuse the refund there too. And they have, and I haven't heard of a single person who's gotten their money back or gotten the items that they were supposed to get from those purchases. Now, a lot of this stuff I've been trying not to talk about because I'm tired of being negative about the game. I'm tired of not wanting to play the game because I feel like I am leading my friends to poison every time I make a video for this game because the Goat Games developer is continually trying to rob you by doing bait and switch tactics. It was the same thing with the Gull Tongue. They found out we used all of our stones. They decided after we used all of our stones to put in the clan that everybody wanted instead of the Orast, which everybody was deciding that they were going to pass on, which everybody said they were going to pass on in the forums that Goat Games has access to. All they want is your money. They do not care about anything but your money. And the second they have your money, then you are screwed. They will not help you. They will not support you. They won't do a thing for you. Don't count on it. If you've tried to talk to their customer service, you know this is true. You are going to get a canned response that they just automated somehow that is usually barely even related to the thing that you said. The best you're going to get is they'll say, we'll get back to you on it. And then you wait a week and they tell you, oh, sorry, nothing, forget it. And for those of you that don't know, they do have a VIP program that you can get into by spending around $10,000 in the game. And I happen to be friends on Discord with some of these people, and they get a little bit of special treatment in that. I think that's fair. To be honest, I'm not raging against that part. If you spend that much money on the game, you deserve to have your opinions considered a little better. You deserve to have your customer service be handled on an individual basis. That's fine. Even these VIP people are getting screwed on this. So then what is the indication here? The indication is that they won't take the tiniest of loss, not even the tiniest of loss, to make you the smallest amount of being happy with all of the problems that they are causing. They are causing these problems. Now, I don't know if you've seen the advertisements for the game lately. The advertisements for the game are advertising heroes that are not even in the game. And oftentimes they're advertising that you're going to get some reward that doesn't exist in the game. They have an advertisement that is literally titled Bloodline is not pay to win at the same time that they have a VIP service that applies to people who have spent $10,000 or more. Are you kidding me? Now, anybody with a small sense of intelligence can tell that this is a pay-to-win game, especially when Guild Conquest, by the way, that was supposed to be a PvE game mode, ended up being a PvP game mode that you can literally spend your hard-earned dollars on for a clear advantage. Even if that wasn't a thing, you can pay through the time gating of districts for gold and ascension materials that you need to gather to get higher power, and you can just power yourself through the roof. You can keep spending to keep gaining. That's just the way that the game works. Now, I think we all knew that when we got into the game, so are we really going to be that mad that it's pay to win? No. The point I'm making is that they have an advertisement that literally declares that the game is not pay to win. So right from the advertisements, they're just straight up lying to people. Everything they do is lying to people to try to just steal money from you. So then what should they have done instead? Well, I think that's pretty easy. When they came out with a schedule, they should have taken it seriously and they should have cared about their word to their consumers. That would have been very important. They should have not changed the schedule at all. At all. They should be very concerned about their translations that are not correct, and maybe they're just hiding behind it, but they were talking about a companion summon event, and we got the companion gift exchange, which is not even similar to a summon event, and it comes off as a bold-faced lie. And the interactions that I have had led me to believe that there was going to be a summoning event. In fact, I thought there was 2 separate events that were coming. We've only seen the one so far. It comes off as lying. It comes off as baiting. It comes off as just trying to keep you around for that extra week so that you can fall for the sunk cost fallacy where you've spent so much time and money on the game that you just can't stand to quit. And I think that what I'm getting from the community is that a lot of people are sitting in that zone right now where nobody is happy with what Goat Games is doing and they want to be rid of the situation and they just feel like they'll be cutting themselves short if they do what they know they need to do and just bail from the game. Now, does that mean that I'm quitting the game? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. I feel like what needs to happen is a bunch of people need to walk away from the game and maybe they'll take themselves a little more seriously and fix some stuff. And if they don't, they just don't get to have a game anymore and they deserve it for acting the way that they've been acting. So what they should do is they should take their word to us seriously. They shouldn't be changing their calendar that they just released to try to build a rapport with us in the first place. Number 2, they shouldn't be changing the rewards of something, especially in the middle of the event. Now, if you're going to change those things, fine. Sometimes you need to change those things. But to change it from you get summoning stones to instead of 10 summoning stones, you get 1 copy of the champion that you just got 30 copies of from the event anyway, what is the point? What is the point of that? That's like expecting to get $100 bonus and then they give you $2 and a Diet Coke and you're like, oh cool, at least I got something to sit on. And instead of feeling rewarded, you feel robbed. And that's exactly what we all feel right now. Now for this last one with the 7-day event where they're changing it at the last second yet again, after everybody's done all the work, after they've just been doing this multiple times for a month straight, let me tell you something. It's not an accident anymore. It's not an accident anymore. Either they are so dumb that they do not deserve your business, or they are so evil that they don't deserve your business. So I don't know if this is me making a call to action and saying we should walk out on the game, but here's what I am going to say to you. They should be taking the loss when they make these mistakes, if they are mistakes. And if it's not mistakes, then they would continue to say that there's nothing that they could have done different. Everything they did was right, and they owe you nothing. And that's exactly what they've been doing. They've been taking the route that somebody who was evil would take and say, you're on your own, you already gave us your money, that's your problem, maybe you should have made a better decision. So now let's all start making better decisions. Starting with tomorrow when I stream, I'm going to be streaming around 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central. The timing depends on how my voice is feeling at the time and if I need to warm it up with something. What we're going to do in that stream is we're going to take viewer suggestions and we are going to look at other games as a community. Because guess what? A large portion, especially if you're one of the subscribers and you're one of the people in the Discord, a large portion of the fun that the majority of us are getting from the game right now comes from being in the Discord community, not because of me, but because of all of you. All of you are so generous and kind with your time and open-minded and excited, and it spreads. It's infectious. It makes us all have a better time. And it's giving us an illusion that is not healthy in this game because we are being abused by this company and it's not okay any longer. We're going to take those suggestions, we're going to take that awesome community, and we're going to try to find a new home for that new community. Now, some of you aren't going to like that. Some of you are going to unsubscribe from the channel, and I guess that's just the way it's going to have to be. But I'm at the point where I feel like I can't support a game any longer that is just robbing my friends and telling them that you were wrong for having done this. You should have refreshed the store if you thought the deal was too good to be true. It's not our fault that that happened. We don't owe you anything, and we're not going to help you, and we're not going to refund you. We got your money, and you're never going to get it back. That ain't the kind of company that I support. It certainly is not the kind of company that I support. Now, I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt when maybe it could have been one thing or the other, but when you have this many events in a row, it couldn't be one thing or the other. They are just garbage. They are garbage. That's it. Now, I know I'm getting a little frustrated here, and maybe that's because I got some pent-up rage against the machine. One thing you need to notice is that they have no problem changing out these rewards for you to make them worse. They can do that instantly and just in time so that you don't get the rewards. They have no problem with that. When their store is getting them in trouble by quote-unquote showing the wrong deals, they have no problem fixing that within a day or two. No problem at all. But let's look at this ultimate. They can't fix the text on an ultimate that's been in the game for 6 months, just being wrong as could be. They can't fix the text. They can't fix the quality control of the game. Every single time they make a patch, they're making the game worse and worse and more unplayable. This male Samir does his push. Now, I know this is slated to be fixed soon, but his push is pushing the entire map backwards. It's not supposed to do that. If you weren't aware, it's supposed to push only where he is physically pushing, but it doesn't do that. And they're not super interested in fixing those parts of the game. They're super interested in fixing the parts that will make them money, and only those parts that will make them money. Yeah, these games are supposed to be a business, and they're supposed to be about making money. I get that. But there's a right way to do it, and there's a wrong way to do that. And if you can't see that, then I feel like I just am not able to help you see the difference. Because I think that the difference is very obvious when you take basic morals into account. So my current plans going forward. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a stream, and that stream is going to be figuring out a couple of different games that we all enjoy, trying out some crowd suggestions. I'm going to be starting with Street Fighter Duel because that is being suggested by my very own son. And of course, I'm a Street Fighter fan myself. Now, if you're looking to bring suggestions to the table, there are a couple of things I would prefer. Number one, I would prefer that these games are relatively new. I would prefer that they have some space in the creator sphere for a little old channel like mine, although it's not absolutely essential. And number three, I would prefer that the game not be made in China. Because a lot of the reason that Goat Games is getting away with what they're getting away with is because the laws just simply don't care about the consumer in China. They face no repercussions for blatantly false advertising and doing the bait and switch and taking your money and telling you to take a hike. There are no repercussions for them because of where the company is based. I know you've probably heard a lot of times people say don't buy Chinese products, and that's partially why. The controls in those areas just are not good. Nothing against Chinese people, but Chinese business practices are not something that I am okay with and not something that I really want to be supporting if I can help it. When will the next video on Bloodline be? I'm not sure. It could be tomorrow. It could be in 3 weeks. It could be never. I don't know. Please be patient with me. I'm very frustrated with the game. I've been sick for weeks. I'm just plain old over it right now. And I don't like seeing my friends being abused. Let me tell you something. When people attack my friends in that way, I get extremely defensive about it. And I do not like it. I do not like seeing dozens of those stories repeatedly. I do not like it. So if you're perfectly happy with the game, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. If you're feeling like I'm feeling, like you're hanging on just because you don't know where else to go, then I want to hear that too. Because honestly, making a video like this is a little bit terrifying for a channel like mine that is very niche and is not a huge channel. And I stand to lose a lot if I stop playing this game. But I just feel like it might be the right thing to do at this point because they can't be trusted. So whether you agree or disagree, I do want to hear why you agree or disagree. And if you feel like I'm being totally unreasonable, I want to hear about that too. For now, I want to thank you for watching. I have been RagePanda1, and I'll see you in the next one.